The U.S. is nearing record-level measles cases as 71 new cases were reported just last week. The CDC says the total number of cases is now at 626, just short of the 2014 record of 667. Iowa and Tennessee are reporting cases for the first time, joining 20 other states, including New York and Washington, which have the largest outbreaks. Officials are expecting more cases now that Easter and Passover have ended. This morning, we're joined by Dr. Marianne Mellish, top expert in pediatric infectious disease at the University of Hawaii School of Medicine. She joins us this morning with everything that you need to know about the measles. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us because, again, this is a really big topic right now. So for those who don't know, can you talk a little bit about measles and what it is?
Well, measles is actually a very severe disease that used to be universal in childhood. Everyone would get it before they were adults. But once the measles vaccine came along, it has become more rare. However, since the year 2000, measles outbreaks have again become common in the United States. The disease starts with fever, cough, a runny nose, runny eyes, red eyes, and then progresses to rash. And it takes at least 7 to 10 to 14 days to recover. It's a lot of serious complications to measles, bleeding disorders, brain involvement. A lot of, everyone who gets it is really very sick. So no one is really able to go to work or take care of their families. At least 2 out of every 1,000 people will never recover, either die or have permanent brain damage.
Okay, so obviously definitely important to prevent it then because of all of those things. Why is measles so big in the news right now?
Well, because measles was almost eradicated from the United States. And in fact, in the year 2000, it was declared eradicated. No transmission of cases were going on. But cases were still happening in many other countries, particularly Europe, the Middle East, Asia, and the Pacific Islands. With a number of people not getting vaccinated, travelers to these areas are bringing it back, and epidemics are starting. Having once eliminated it from entire North and South America, now that we're facing measles disease again, is really a serious shame. It's extremely contagious. 90% of people who have even the most minor casual contact with someone who is just starting to get sick or is already sick with measles will get the disease unless they're immune from immunization or prior disease.
Wow. Okay, so we were listing, all the different states where this is spreading. Well, what about here in Hawaii?
Well, I'm not aware of any active transmission in Hawaii. I believe we've had 1 importation with no secondary cases. There's no reason why we wouldn't have it. As you mentioned, 2 states this year have had their first transmission in their own state, probably from people who became ill traveling elsewhere, and who were not immunized.
So, again, there is a possibility that it could happen here. So what can residents do to protect themselves from this?
Well, first of all, they should get immunized against the measles. And if they're traveling, anyone from the age of 6 months on should get immunization, especially if they're traveling to an area, say in Europe or Israel or the Philippines, where measles is not well controlled. Many times people will take their baby back home to see the grandparents, but not think about that they should be immunized before they go because there's measles in those areas. So everyone is traveling almost anywhere these days should be protected against measles, or else they're at risk.
And is that immunization really successful in preventing it then?
It's highly successful, about 97% effective with 2 immunizations, and the risks are extremely minor.
Okay, well, good to know. Well, then it sounds like why would you not get it, right? So everyone really make sure that you are prepared and you do have your proper vaccinations and immunizations, especially if you're planning to travel. But even if you aren't, we live in Hawaii where so many people are in and
Travel
out.
through us, yes.
Exactly. So there is a good chance that we could potentially see something like this, especially with the impressive numbers that we're continuing to see rise. All right, well, thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining us and for breaking that
My
down
pleasure.
for us. All right.